Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting Duckman video. Yeah, today's a chicken baby day. Look at these little chickens. Icebox and Frostee. This is Icebox, that's Frostee. You can tell them apart rather easily because Icebox has a very yellow head. And he always has. And I think I've been 100% wrong 100% of the time when it comes to guessing the sex of these guys, because I guessed that Icebox here was a girl and that Frostee was a boy. And I think I'm completely wrong. You can see the development of the wattles underneath his little chin over here, and the fact that he's so much bigger than his sister, which is telling me that he's a him. And I guessed that on the last go-around, in the last video too. But these guys are very, very sweet. They're very sweet, yeah. Well, anyway, we're going to talk a little bit more about them, so please, you guys, likey, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to plug the dingle bells to get updates every time I upload a video. Check out duckshit.net for all of my different social media links, and we'll be back right after that intro. Alright, we're back, and it's a rainy afternoon over here again in Pensacola. It was a nice morning, not a single cloud in the sky, about 70 degrees. I mean, you couldn't ask for a nicer morning here, and especially this time of year. The humidity was down, it was nice, and then, you know, suddenly clouded up and just started raining. And outside, you guys can't see it, but I mean, it's pouring out there. You might even hear some thunder. I heard it just before I hit the record button. At Icebox and Frostee are... Oh, I'm sorry. Icebox and Frostee are going to be inside. They're inside babies, at least until they get too big that I can't handle them anymore. And that's probably coming up soon. I'd say in the next 6 weeks or so, they're going to have to start moving outside during the day. And I know you guys are going to poop on me. You're gonna. Yeah, you're gonna. Because you guys are poopy birds. That's what you do. I love the fact that they'll let me pet them like this. This is something that Tezzy wouldn't let me do. Something that their mommy, LC, wouldn't let me do. And Biddy was hit or miss. Because he was hand-raised also like these guys. But Biddy would let me just kind of scratch on his neck a little bit. And that's about all I could get out of Biddy. But these guys, there's the poopy. There it is, right there. Thank you for that. Yeah, thanks. And you cheeped and puckered your asshole at me all at the same time. I appreciate that. I got to look up your... Yeah. Not what I wanted to see. But I asked for that. By petting you guys and holding on to you, yeah, I asked for that. That was welcomed. But they actually like to be petted on. Now, I don't know if this will go into adulthood with them, and I hope it does. But... the rooster here, I can't keep another rooster. I already have two. I've got Biddy, and I've got Tezzy, and Biddy is obnoxious. And Tezzy's really not too bad. He's kind of reserved. He's kind of quiet for being as big of a boy as he is. And he's a huge rooster. You think he'd be more of a giant, a bull, you know, that he'd run the yard, but he really doesn't. He really doesn't. And he's usually pretty quiet unless Biddy gets started, because Biddy's a friggin' nutcase. Otherwise, Tezzy is quiet most of the time. But to have a third rooster, when this one grows up, and he's going to be anything like his father, he's going to be enormous too. But he's hand-raised. And the fact that he loves to be loved, now, I don't know if it'll go into adulthood, of course. Once puberty sets in there, he might not want anything to do with me anymore. It's kind of the way Biddy was. Once Biddy started crowing, that was about the end of that. It's really hard to get Biddy to pay attention to me and to sit down and to chill. But he's getting better now, because he's almost a year old, and when a rooster hits around 8-9 months old, from what I understand, they calm down a little bit. And I think that's kind of what's happening. You know, it's the equivalent of, let's say, a human reaching their later teens or maybe even their 20s, you know, when all that teenage angst is out, and they're now adults and moving into adulthood, and they chill out a little bit. But anyway... that's what I've been told. I'm no expert myself as far as chickens and roosters are concerned. This is all a new experience to me. I mean, I'm a 20-year duck guy. So, the experience with these guys is just something different. And no, they're not going to displace my ducks. I'm going to get another duck for Boomer. I noticed that Boomer's into that whole interracial stuff. And Boomer likes himself some Muscovy. Right, Boomer? Of all the female ducks that have been around him, the Muscovy was the one that he liked. So we're going to try to get him another Muscovy girl and see how things work out with that. Plus, it was a nice new experience because Muscovies are not like the mallard type of duck. Mallard is a standard duck, if you will. So most farm ducks that you see are bred from mallards. Muscovies are probably the only exception to that. And Muscovies were separated. This is how I read it. Something like, a million years ago, something like that. They were separated, and because of which they develop differently, but they can still have babies together. The only difference is their babies are sterile. They're not able to reproduce, kind of like a mule, if you will, a donkey and a horse. But yeah, you made a nice one on me. That stinks. That stinks. But you guys are good babies. You're very, very good babies. But little Frostee's gonna stay. I can't wait until Frosty starts making me some eggs. Yeah, because we don't have as many eggs as we used to since Elsie's gone now. Yeah. I'm sorry you guys never got to meet your mommy. Hey, that's my mouth. They're always after my teeth. I don't know why that is. Every time I've had a baby chicken around, they always go, "Aw." I just put my hand right in your shit. Thanks for that. Yeah. Every time I have a baby chicken, they always go right after my teeth. And Crash was that way too. Don't eat the poop. Get out of there. You guys, I love you, but you're gross. You're really gross. Babies. You be good babies. You go. Don't go near that poopy. Don't go near the poopy. Yeah, totally new experience with these chickens. And just the fact that they love me is just the best part. They have no experience around other chickens except for each other. They have not been introduced at all to other chickens, except for maybe seeing Biddy all the way across the room in his cage, separate from them when I hang out with them. But I think because of that is one of the reasons why they've become so close to me. Now, Biddy, on the other hand, when I got him, he was already a couple weeks old, and he came from Farmer Joel's house, and we thought he was one of Caroline's children, but there was a mix-up in the nursery, and I ended up with a baby that wasn't hers, which is why he's so different than the rest of the family. Doesn't mean I don't love him. The fact is, he was rejected by Caroline when I brought him home, probably because they're not related, and you can't fool her. But the fact is that he wanted my attention after that, and the farmer said, bring him back if they're not going to work out. I was like, no, this one is my baby. So I raised him separately, but he had already been exposed to other chickens. He had already been exposed to a whole bunch of chickens on the farm. He had been raised by Joel and Heather, so he knew other people. These guys only know me. Just me. So I am their whole world, and that makes me special to them. Look at this. You guys actually let me pet you. I can handle you every which way. They don't like to be picked up so much, though. Well, that's an exception. He's actually not having a fit. Usually they go nuts when you pick them up. Don't like to be picked up so much. They don't mind perching on your finger if you can get them to... I've been working with them, and this is what I used to do with my parrots when I would raise them, or even cockatiels, or whatever you got. You try to train them to step up, and these guys aren't getting it. Biddy got it. Biddy learned that step-up method immediately, but these guys, they don't quite get it yet. Up, step, up, uppy. They're going to need a little more work. They're still babies. They're what? You guys and your shit! You gotta keep tracking it all over me. You can't just leave the turd alone. You gotta step in it. Oh, boy. Alright. Well, we might be wrapping up we might be wrapping up this video early because I got shit on me. It stinks. They're starting to throw it all over the place. I don't mind it on the shirt because I can wash the shirt, but if they get it all over my furniture, that's just gonna be awful. You guys, I should have put a blanket down, but I wanted to show my logo on my video. And you guys come over here and you spoil everything by shitting everywhere. I appreciate that. It stinks. It smells really bad. Get out of that! Don't eat the poopies! You don't know better. You don't know better. No, you're still learning. I know, you're just a baby. And they'll be 5 weeks old this Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And I do have another batch of eggs that's about to hatch. I think they'll be hatching in about another week to 10 days, something like that. I don't remember what it is. One of them is actually scheduled to hatch on my birthday, which is September 22nd. And I think we're going to have at least one baby on that day. The other ones are scheduled to hatch 3 days before that. And the only reason why they're separate from those days is because it's based on the day that I set the eggs in the incubator. Because once you set them in the incubator and you start that heat, the 21-day timer starts. So that one was 3 days later. And I don't know why I did that. I just grabbed another random egg and just stuck it in there 3 days later. But I guess we'll see. Maybe we'll get a baby out of it. But it looks like we're going to have 3 or 4 out of the half a dozen I put in there. It looks like there might be 2 duds. In fact, I need to recheck them today, because if those other two are still showing clear, I'm just gonna pull them out of there. They don't need to be in there, right? I don't need any more roosters, I really don't, but I wanted to get a few more females laying a couple more eggs. I don't mind feeding them if I keep getting them to feed me. That's what I keep saying. People are like, you gonna eat them chickens? I'm like, you eat a chicken today, and you don't have breakfast tomorrow, or the next day, or the day after. You know, you guys are dumb. Plus, I love these babies. I love them. You don't eat your pets. That's just yeah. And actually, with the way these guys are behaving, I can't call them pets. These guys are family. These guys are family. Yep. These guys are family. I'm gonna say Caroline is a pet. Cassie's a pet. Biddy is borderline. These guys are family. No. They're sweet babies. They just want to be by daddy. Right? They just want to be by your daddy. Be careful, once in a while they'll grab a hair on my chin and pull. Or they'll find a stray hair in my ear, and they'll go in my ear and yank it. Oh, that's just lovely. Or up the nose. Find a stray hair up the nose, grab it and pull it. Yep. Or the occasional little cut or scab on my hand or something, they'll find that and they'll yank them off. Anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to pluck the dingle bells to get updates every time I upload a video. Check out duckshit.net for all my different social media links. And we'll be back probably on Wednesday on the other YouTube channel with a little bit of Volkswagen stuff. Right, guys? Yeah? Thanks for watching. Easy, baby. Easy, baby. I'm not hurting you. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's okay. It's okay. I know. I want you to get used to being held. No, no, no. Get used to it. I'm not going to hurt you. You need to be handled just a little bit. Here you are. See? Now you realize I'm not going to hurt you, huh? Oh, good baby. Good baby. Yeah, good baby. Alright, I put you down now because you were good. Alright? You two, you ready to get handled? I'll pick you up. You're not as obnoxious as your brother. You don't have all that testosterone. No, you don't. Nope, you don't have it. Alright, you ready to go down because you were good? I'll put you down. Here you go. Okay? Good baby. Want to go on your blanket? You see your blankie over there? Go ahead. Go ahead, go. Go on your blanket. Go. Go, go. You don't want to do it? I'll help you. I got poop all over me. It's gross. It stinks. And you got it on your feet. I see it. Which means you're going to track it everywhere. Don't go on the sofa. Go jump on your blanket over there. There you go.